Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Today's topic is thyroid gland, its functions, and irregularities caused by the dysfunctions of thyroid. So this is very important. Watch till the end. Do not miss anything. Be with me, and you will learn a lot. At the end, I will discuss some exercises which are good for regulation of thyroid functions. So, gentlemen, what is thyroid gland? It's a small gland located here in the neck, the center of the neck, just under the Adam's apple. It is a butterfly-shaped small piece of tissue, but apart from its size, it is very, very important in the regulation of all of the metabolic functions in all of the systems, organs, tissues, and cells. So every cell has the thyroid impacts, and every cell has been impacted by the thyroid hormones. So starting with the production of thyroid gland, thyroid hormones, basically there are two thyroid hormones, T4 and T3. T4 is thyroxine, and it is produced by the amino acid called tyrosine, and the enzyme peroxidase impacts do its action on the tyrosine and produces thyroxine in the presence of zinc, selenium, and vitamin A. Some part of thyroxine is converted into T3, triiodothyronine, which is actually the effective one hormone. About 10% is produced in the thyroid, is T3. The rest of the T3 is produced when the T4 is carried into the liver and into the kidneys. About, you can say, 80% of T3 is produced within the liver, and about 20% is produced within the kidneys. So I must say it is very important that the active thyroid hormone T3 is actually produced or converted into the liver from T4. So thyroid produces T4 directly and some T3, and then T4 is converted into T3, which is the active form of this hormone its body needs, and it is produced inside the liver. Now, for a normal production of T3, a normal liver is a very significant and important organ. If there is some anomaly, some problem, some inflammation in the liver, some disease within the liver, the production of T3 will be decreased. The production of T4 or conversion of T4 from T3 will be halted and it will be disturbed. Now, what is the reason? This conversion of thyroxine into T3, why it is limited? It is limited into certain conditions like fatty liver disease, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, or alcoholic fatty liver disease. In both cases, the T3 production will be decreased. So, because the bile produced by the liver is not very much concentrated and liver itself is not working properly, so its function of conversion of T4 into T3 is also disturbed. Now, about 4 to 7% of the world's population is suffering from this hypothyroid or decreased functioning of thyroid gland. which is impacting the body in a different way. It is causing slowing in the heart rate, brittling of the nails. It is causing loss of hair or very bad hair, because the proteins required for hair growth, they are not produced properly. There is a weight gain, which is both in fatty liver and which is also in hypothyroid. And then when it is not treated properly, it may be converted into type 2 diabetes. It may be converted to some cardiac issues. It may be converted to so many problems. So remember, if the liver functions of the liver are disturbed, if the enzymes within the liver are not working properly, then thyroid is definitely going to be disturbed. That is a rule of thumb. The other thing which is a cause of this thyroid dysfunction, or which is limiting this conversion of T4 into T3, is the estrogen. The estrogen is a female hormone, but it is in certain condition is enhanced, and it can also cause limitation of conversion of T4 into T3. So if someone is taking some contraceptive pills, they contain a high amount of estrogen, thyroid functions will be disturbed. Similarly, the genetically modified foods, they also cause enhancement in the estrogen level, and they will ultimately reduce the functions of thyroid gland. And also some foods like flax seeds, which are very much recommended in different diets, but they contain a high amount of estrogen, not good for thyroid functions. Similarly, anything which is causing fatty liver, like table sugar, which contains sugars, which contains fructose, they are disturbing and causing fatty liver, and this fatty liver is not converting T4 into T3, and T3 is not available for the different functions of the body, and body is deprived of T3 and its functions are disturbed. Similarly, when pituitary is not working, the pituitary gland, so how thyroid functions are regulated. The hormone called thyroid stimulating hormone is produced from the pituitary gland. It influences thyroid and asks thyroid to produce T4 and T3. When the levels of T4 and T3 go high, there is another structure in the brain called hypothalamus. This hypothalamus takes a negative feedback and it decreases the amount of production of TSH from pituitary gland, so that less TSH is produced and less T4 and T3 is produced. So this is the regulatory mechanism. This is disturbed in some autoimmune diseases. For example, Hashimoto's. It is an autoimmune disease and it disturbs the functions of, causes inflammation in the pituitary and decreases the functions of thyroid regulation. Similarly, other foods which can produce autoimmune diseases, the foods like grains which we normally eat and they are having gluten. Now this is causing disturbance in autoimmune system, and this is causing disturbance ultimately into the thyroid functions. Okay. Now, how to check the Hashimoto's? So in the laboratory, two tests they are done in the laboratory, the TPO levels and the TG levels. When they are disturbed, it means there are chances of Hashimoto disease. Similarly, it is very important while you are whether you are having a hyperthyroid or a hypothyroid, the labs also help, and particularly the levels of thyroid stimulating hormone TSH. They are very important. They should generally be around 5 to 0.5 to 5 microliters, and these are the normal levels. But it is good if they are about 2 to 2.5. But you can say the TSH levels of 9 to 10 are even accepted by some authors. But then it will be a problem. If they are too much high, then it means there is hypothyroid. Now, I will like to elaborate one very important thing, that among the physicians, general physicians, they are good in the management of thyroid, but the endocrinologists are specialized people who are trained in the management of different endocrine dysfunctions, including the thyroid hormones. So if you are having some issues like that, do not go for self-medication. Just consult with some endocrinologist or your physician, and they will go through the different laboratories, and those laboratory functions will evaluate what is the level of your disease and how much help you need with medication and how much diet will help you. But I will say that at least the diets, the restriction from table sugar, the restriction from high fructose corn syrup, the restrictions from ultra processed foods, ultra high processed food, junk food, that will definitely help. And that is helpful in the reduction of weight, that is helpful in the reduction of fatty liver, that is helpful in the reduction of all inflammatory phenomena. Now, today's topic of exercise. So, according to Chinese traditional system of medicine, or some acupuncturists, they say that the disturbance in the thyroid functions is because of the disturbance in the circulating blood in and around the thyroid gland. The blood circulation, for one or the other reason, is not proper, and that's why the functions of the thyroid, they are disturbed. Contrary to the theory of fatty liver, contrary to the theory of Hashimoto, which is autoimmune, it is generally said that whenever there is disturbance or decrease in the amount of thyroid hormones, then it will be causing problem in the thyroid functions. So today I will tell you some exercises which will be very much helpful. The first one is to get a proper circulation to the thyroid gland. I will say this is very important. Note it carefully and do it. Hold your chin with the left hand, and with the right hand pull your neck up like this. So this you have to do for 1 minute or a little more than 1 minute. In the first 30 seconds this will not respond good, but then you will feel that these muscles of the neck, they are relaxed. The second exercise is to place both hands right under the chin and sit straight. Pull whole of your body up and give a little tilt while pulling up, a little tilt with one hand to one side of the chin like this. Now do this for 1 or 2 minutes. Pull the whole body. Don't do like this. This is too much. You are actually doing it wrong a little bit. And from the back, pull all of your body up. And the third thing that is very important, warm up your hands and give, with both hands, give a massage into the thyroid area. Give warmth to the thyroid gland. And again, pull. If you liked the video, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon button. Thank you.